Hello and welcome to Tanya Lacy Online. And I've prepared this video as a bit of a instruction guidelines for you guys who are on Live Masters, who are working with Mike and I and looking at mastering your message. And Mike and I got chatting about, okay, how can we support the tribe and how can we support people to really, get the most out of these lives? And not only get the most out of the lives for themselves as a personal development thing, but also to optimize the time for or maximize the opportunity when people are watching you. Now, how would it be if you could get some quick insight on what many speakers use from stage? And how would it be if I could share with you some tips and strategies and secrets that I use when I'm speaking myself, when I'm leading my events or doing a keynote, and strategies that I use to share and teach with my own clients who are learning how to speak, whether they're speaking in a meeting or speaking in front of a room. Would you like that? Well, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to work with Mike. And so I decided to put this video together as a resource for you. So I'm going to go through a few tips for you guys in Live Masters. This is especially for you. And if you do appreciate this video, I would really appreciate you showing me the appreciation, perhaps with some comments of what worked for you. Just get in touch with me on private messenger and let me know, how this really worked for you. Okay, so the very first strategy or tip that I like to share is to keep it very clear. So if you can grab a pen and pad and write this down, keep it very clear. You see, clarity is power. We live in a world when people are super busy, they're overstimulated. There's a study done recently by Microsoft, and apparently we have the attention span of something like 6 seconds. And so being really clear with what it is you're saying is super important. I believe that's where preparation comes in. And so in order to get clear, it's very important to sit quietly before you do any communication, before you go live, and make a few notes of the 3 or 4 key messages that you want to communicate. So the first point I want to make is clarity is power. The next point I'd like to make, which will really amp up the power of your lives and any communication that you have, whether it's front of room, one-on-one, on a call, in front of camera, whatever it is to keep your communication straightforward. So what do I mean by that? Many of us have exposure to the corporate environment where there are a lot of acronyms, a lot of big words, a lot of long corporate and legalistic words that can confuse people. And if you want to cut through and you want people to understand and have your message land, you have to take responsibility for your message and for your communication. And that's where being super straightforward is very, very important. I have a 2-day program called Influential Leadership. And one of the key messages that I convey to those participants in the room is speak like a 7-year-old. And I know for those intelligent people watching might think, wow, that's insulting. That's going to insult my intelligence. Well, actually, the opposite is true. I think it was Einstein that said, it's the simplification that's genius. It's about the distillation, bringing a very complex idea into a very simple way of communicating. That straightforwardness, the cut-throughness is really where the power is. And once again, preparation is the key. And you'll find journaling or writing down what it is that you want to say when you get down to the key points, which is actually what a keynote presentation is. It's getting the key point across. Being really straightforward is super important. I've written here 2 other points. The one I want to jump to is the power of pauses. I did it just then. And when we're on camera or when we're on stage, 1 second can feel like 1 minute. Everything is distorted. And it's really important to practice and understand the spaces and the gaps in the communication so you can get super comfortable with pausing. Here's what pausing does. Pausing gives you an opportunity to be poised. It also gives you an opportunity to take a breather. And it gives the audience, the person listening to you, listening to what you've got to say, an opportunity to digest and think through what it is that you're saying. So these are my 3 tips that I wanted to share from my work from Master Your Message. Just to recap, we talked about the power of being clear, because clarity is power. We talked about using straightforward language, speak like a 7-year-old. And we talked about the power of pauses, that pausing gives people the opportunity to digest. Just before I go, I would really love to share with you the importance of preparation. When you prepare and you journal and you make notes, what it's doing is it's injecting and infusing care into your message. So by the time you come to communicate, people can really feel that you have done some pre-work and that you've really been thinking of them and that you're wanting to deliver something to them like a gift. So I'd love for you to start thinking about whatever your message is, to deliver that like it's a gift and to take responsibility for the handing over the gift. I want you to think about it this way. If you went shopping for a gift for someone and you wrapped it, you had given all the thought about what you wanted to buy, the type of wrapping paper that you wanted to wrap it in, how you wanted to decorate it, whether you put a little card with it or not, or you had a birthday card with it, and then you just kind of handballed it to them, that gift wouldn't carry the weight for you or for the person as it would if you delivered it with care. So please think about your message just as clearly as you would handing a physical gift to somebody, because your words have power and your story is unique, and the way that you communicate is unique to you. There's only one you on this planet, and only you can communicate your message in your way, the way that you do. And so when you hand that gift to that person, they are receiving that with the uniqueness that, it's really important for them to achieve it with, or for you to convey it with. So I will leave it there. Thank you for watching. I really hope this enhances your speaking, and look forward to seeing you on our live group of Live Masters. Please give me feedback, and love to share which keynote you took away, and look forward to you applying it in Live Masters. Bye for now. Tanya Lacy Online.